What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ziggy, and today we're back at it for some Black Beacon. And today we're going to look at what I feel like is the best assist character in the game, and that is Hefe. Now, Hefe is a fire support character, and presently right now is not overly difficult to get her. She is on Floris's banner, so if you summon on this banner, more than likely you will pull her. Well, hopefully you do, but hopefully you do pull her when you summon on this banner. Now in this video, I kind of want to talk about why I feel like she's the best support in the game. And I have majority of the characters. I'm missing one character, so I can't definitively say I played every character in the game and this is why she's the best support in the game. I'm just like, if you look at her kit, she supports who I personally feel like is the best DPS in the game, and that is Florence. And they're just like a perfect match with each other. But I also feel like with her kit, she can also support other teams. So like I said, let's go about it and let's talk about it. So like I said, she is a fire support character, and right now I do have her at P6, so I have all her potential abilities. But say if you didn't get her, right? Say you only got one copy of her, you only summon on Florence's banner once, you got Florence, one copy of her, and you got the hell out of there. You're not an idiot like me who kept on summoning on the banner. She's still really good. And one of the reasons why I think that she's so good is that when you get to her 4th breakthrough, she gets a healing ability. When her talent 4, whenever an enemy receives burning state, heals the frontline character for 650% of Hefe's elemental anomaly mastery. This effect triggers every 10 seconds. So not only is she gonna support by she heals, she gives you damage resistance, right? And if I'm not wrong, I'm trying to find it. I'm pretty sure if you have her 5-star weapon, she gives you penetration up to 4% for a maximum of 20%. So she's helping out in so many ways. Now with Florence, she really helps out because she's a fire unit like her, so she's able to put that fire debuff on the enemies, and Florence benefits from that a lot, especially if you get her to P3. But the fact that she heals, she gives damage resistance, it already makes her really good. So let's talk more about her kit. She has her passive skill, which is if the last hit of skill 1 spinning slam hits an area within the foraging zone, trigger a powerful explosion within the foraging zone, dealing 5 regular attack damage and generating 5 stacks of Hefe fire. Increase all team members' damage resistance for 20 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. 1 stack is lost when an enemy team member takes damage that exceeds 1% of their max HP. So you're able to stack up damage. Can I see how much damage? Yes, so 48%. Yeah, 48% damage resistance if I'm at level 6 for her. And you could stack that up 5 times. And now obviously you can't get hit, and that could be difficult for some people. It's difficult for me, you know what I'm saying? Skill issue. I am not going to any difficult content without getting hit. But if you're like really good, unlike me, then like you're stacking up that damage resistance, you're putting yourself in a position to heal. And if you have her 5-star weapon, which isn't hard to get, guys, right? This is like getting a 4-star unit's 5-star weapon is not difficult to get. And I'll show you some places where you could get it, or some events that happen that allows you to get it. Then you're gonna put up their penetration up by 4%. And guess what? Who does that work with? Well, with Florence. Because with Florence, you should be putting up, I'm a dummy. I'm confusing Pierce and Pen. I believe it's the same thing, though. I believe it's the same thing. I might be wrong, though. Someone's gonna tell me in the comment section, like, you idiot. Penetration and Pierce are 2 different things. Okay, bro. But to go back to what I was talking about, and I believe she also puts up shield. I'm trying to find the exact skill that says it, but I believe it's tied into her damage resistance. So she's doing so much for the team. And what makes her really good, and what I always feel like separates a good support unit from a bad support unit, is how tied they are to certain teams. If you're a universal support unit, and that's why Zero is also good, right? I don't want to, like, Zero is also good because Zero is a universal support unit. She's going to give attack up universally, right? It's not like, oh, only if you're a light unit or if you're only a certain unit. She's going to give that universally. And the same thing with Hefe. Hefe has abilities that you're going to use universally with her. So, okay, now you unlock Hefe. Should you get her 5-star weapon? And I'm going to say yes. And the reason why you should get her 5-star weapon is because of this right here, right? Plus 108 elemental anomaly mastery, right? For explosive damage, deals 40% more damage. Now, why is it so important to get her elemental anomaly mastery up, right? I'm at 397 right now. It's important because it's tied in with her heal, right? So whenever an enemy receives burning state, which is very easy, all you have to do is get them in the Forge of Fire, right? So you just got to do her skill 2 and then her skill 1. The frontline character, right? For 655% of Hefe's elemental anomaly mastery. I don't know the exact numbers. I'm not doing math. But what I do know is that it's going to heal me. And that has happened with me plenty of times where I have been healed from Hefe. And it's never been like life-saving. I'm not going to over-exaggerate where, oh, I won because I was healed from her. But it's such a nice bonus to have that, hey, say if you didn't do a perfect dodge and you did get mollywopped, you are able to heal, right? It's just another thing on the team that gives you some coverage, right? Some coverage, like a little blanket on yourself, so you're not worried about losing whatever stage you're doing. So, okay, all right, you pulled her. How do you get her 5-star weapon? Now, obviously, you could go in here and you're like, okay, whose 5-star weapon I want Hefe. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is what I did. I want her 5-star weapon right away. I wanted to build her right away. Don't be like me. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. I don't pay attention. Do it the smart, free-to-play way. Now, there is an event that hopefully is still there, right, called Vulcan's Grace. And Vulcan's Grace allows you to pick any 5-star weapon for any unit. Once again, do not use it on this. False. Wrong. I almost did this. Don't do as I say, don't do as I do. I'm an idiot. I am dumb. I am not patient. If you're gonna use this on anybody, I guess you can use it on the 5-star you're using, but honestly, if you plan on summoning for the next banner, which we can see here, it comes out May 4th, I would probably use it on their banner. So, if you want to, you can use it on Florence, but maybe you go all out for Florence and her weapon banner, and you do plan on summoning for the next unit, but maybe you want to save some currency and you don't want to summon for their weapon also, I would say use it on this, right? Okay, so if I'm not gonna pick it as my summoning weapon, I'm not gonna use Vulcan's Grace to get it, where else can I get her 5-star weapon? Well, obviously, I mean, you could just get some bad luck. You could just get some bad luck. I mean, this is 100% guaranteed, but you could just get some bad luck and then pull it that way. Or, now, I'm pretty sure, the game's been out for a while. You guys are aware of Infinite Multiverse. Now, I haven't done a video on this yet, but I have done the stages. As you can see, I have done the stages, and I'm up to this core area, floor 5, and I'm able to beat floor 5 and final floor, but I haven't been able to get all 3 stars because I'm still building my account. But from beating this mode, right, from completing the missions in this mode, you get a currency, right? You get the currency Scar of Infinity. And what Scar of Infinity allows you to do, this game is like so free to play friendly in my opinion. What allows you gonna take me there? Okay, you're not gonna take me there? Okay, bro. Let's go to the store. What it allows you to do is when you get enough of these tokens, you're able to buy, right, 5-star weapons. Now, you can only use it on the standard 5-star units and standard 4-star units, right? You can't buy Florence's weapon from here, and I'm pretty sure this will be like that for future 5-star exclusive units. But you can buy her weapon here, and this is not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to, it's like a month worth of doing infinite multiverse. No, look at where I'm at already. Like, if you're able, let's go back to that mode. If you're able, and the truth of the matter is a lot of you will not be able, but let's say you are able, right? If you're able to complete all these missions here, right? Complete all these missions here. Complete all the missions in here. And then complete some missions in here, right? This mode too. You're gonna need a second team. That's why I'm gonna start working on that lychee, boy. That lychee. Look forward to that this week. You will get enough. There's no way you won't get enough, because look how much I already have, right? I'm only like 250 short. I'm sorry, like I'm like 350 short of getting a weapon from here. Now, I don't know what these two things are, the Eternal Amber. I'm assuming this is what you use to do your final breakthrough. I have no idea yet, but it might be beneficial for you to buy a 5-star weapon from here. So the point I'm trying to make is, because I just went on a long tangent about something else, but it ties back into, like, you're able to really maximize her abilities and what she's useful for. And one of the main things I like about her, which is her damage resistance and her heal, is not tied into having more dupes. Now, having more dupes of her make her just way better. Like, you're able to get more elemental anomaly mastery, which is increased by 6. So that does ties into her healing ability. So that it is beneficial to get her to 6, but if you play the game long enough, eventually you will get her to 6. Now, that doesn't mean that she's gonna be a top tier support unit forever, but I feel like because of her kit early in the game, unless there's some crazy power creep, which hopefully we hope there isn't, she will be very useful in the long run, right? Very useful in the long run. Any character that takes any fire DPS character will benefit from having her on the team. Okay, so you got her 5-star weapon. How should I build her ancient marks? Now, once again, do as I say, not as I do. I do not have the best setup for her. I'm still tooling some things around, but I feel like I personally found the best setup for her. But it's funny, I praise the game on not having to grind that hard for gear, and they've been shafting me. This game has been shafting me so hard, and I never been so upset, right, to get so much crit gear in a game where, for the most part, for crit is kind of useless. It's not useless, I don't want to say that, but for a lot of DPSs, crit damage and crit rate is useless, because if you don't know, there's a hard cap at 51.4% crit rate for mainly almost all the units. So if a unit doesn't have crit rate and crit damage built into their kit, they're not going to do crazy crit damage or get a lot of crits. Sorry, going on a tangent once again, but lychee, that's what makes him really good. That's what makes him the second, in my opinion. Some people say he's the second best DPS in the game, because he has crit built into his kit. So you're able to build him with crit rate and crit damage. But how would you build Hefe? Now, I'm all about maximizing the kit. So I saw this piece, right? So I'm doing, like I said, this is not fully built out, but we're having a conversation about her, right? So for her, I'm gonna do a 10, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, right? That's how I'm gonna build her right now. So one of her best pieces, in my opinion, is an outstanding. My grandma's all fucked up. Herbalist? Yeah, that don't shame me in the comment section, bro. Don't shame me in the comment section. But why is this piece good, right? Let's go for it. Why is this piece so good? All team members with less than full vigor, right, the stamina, danger used to use your skill abilities, gain 12% increase in attack power when the wielder's vigor is fully restored. So let's do rotation rise, right? Say your team is 0, Florence, and Hefe. You have 0 come in, do her rotation, get that attack boost. You can have Hefe come in, do her rotation, get that damage resistance, and put the Forge of Fire on the ground. Have Florence come in there, do her whole rotation. By the time you get to Hefe, you're gonna do a rotation for Florence and Zero again, and just recycling while Hefe's just in the back, right? Because she's not your main DPS. Most times she's going to be subbing in and out. And while she's subbing in and out and her stamina is going up, she's going to increase the attack of your main DPS, which is Florence. And that is super, super, super beneficial. Now, another piece that I put, right, that this is just me, right? I'm all about maximizing someone's kit. And I think the healing ability, maybe in the long run, the healing ability isn't really worth it. But for right now, for me, I think it is. So there's a 4-piece, a 5-piece, I can't do math. There is a 5-piece, right? The Sacred Goblet grant a 15% healing boost to the wielder, right? So she's already, so it's gonna, I believe, I don't have the math for it and I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like this does amplify her healing ability, right? Because she is able to heal, so this should amplify her healing ability. And this is why I have this piece for her. Now, there might be other pieces that work great for her, but this is, like I said, I'm maximizing her kit and why I like her, and I like that she's able to heal for you. Now, so we're going to go to the pieces and we're going to talk about other pieces you can put. Now, I also have Jade Crane. Why do I have Jade Crane? Grant the owner a 4% increase in ultimate damage. You know, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna do your ultimate. You have her going in and out doing her ultimate, right? That's another thing. So I felt like, okay, how can I make this benefit? Like, you know, how can I use her damage wise? And so I pay her ultimate there. And then the other piece I have, right? And then I have these pieces. These pieces are just full in right now for me to just have some extra stats so I could bring up her power level. But let's go into the store and talk about other pieces that might be beneficial for her, right? Token, Fate Store. So if we're looking at other pieces, another piece that might be really good, right, is Molten Hammer. Grants the owner a 9% increase in damage resistance, right? So you're amplifying her damage resistance. So this is really good for her too, right? And honestly, it might be better in the long run than the healing, right? Because the healing eventually will have a cap, but damage resistance, that, you know, that's universal. That could be forever. Hopefully, you know, if they don't like make the bosses crazy attack, but that's also a really good piece for her. Like I'm saying, I'm testing things out, you know what I'm saying? But this is another, like if you told me, yo, I don't really care about her healing ability, I want to focus more on her damage resistance, this is beneficial for her. This is the healing one. This is the shield, right? This could be like she has a lot of options. This is another reason why she's really good. She has a lot of options, a lot of builds. And then you can also put Shining Star. This increases her ultimate skill charge. That's pretty decent. Now, I haven't found a way to fit this piece, but River of Oblivion, if you found a way to fit like this piece, like the way to do this piece, please let me know, because I'm trying to figure out a way and I cannot. River of Oblivion is probably her best piece. I'll be honest with you. If I was to say her best 5 pieces, right, it would go Vulcan's Anvil. No, I'm sorry. It would go River of Oblivion, right? Because you're boosting up her anomaly damage, which just plays into her healing anyway. Wait, no, am I reading this wrong? Grant the weird 6% increase in anomaly damage. No, maybe that wouldn't work. It doesn't help with her healing because it's not boosting up her stats. It's just boosting up her damage. Let's go back. We are learning things together, folks. Let's go back. Let me make sure I read that talent right. No, I don't think that would benefit her healing ability, because it's it's the damage. It's not necessarily, it doesn't like raise it up by 6%. It just raises up the damage from it. Now that's not a bad thing, right? Because you're able to get the burn state on a unit, which is really good also. But this won't help with her healing, right? It helps with her damage, which is still good, right? The fire damage is still good. So I'm not gonna say this is completely useless. And the game actually recommends that you use this, and I just haven't found a way to make it fit. Like I don't know how to make this perfectly fit with something like this, with this shape. I just don't. And if you figure out a way, please let me know. I'll really appreciate it. So you can use a couple of 5 pieces, right? You can use a River of Oblivion, you can use Vulcan's Anvil, you can use Sacred Goblet, you can use Molten Hammer. You could use, she has a lot of options. Now for her 4 stars, no, these are 5. For 3 stars, obviously these are basic, these have no effect. Now let's go back to our ancient marks. Obviously you want these substats. Let's go back to our kit. You want these substats. You want, like, honestly, the recommended is kind of on point with this game a lot. You want attack, elemental, fire damage boost, right? You want her, because she is in a lot of ways still DPS. She's a support, but she could do damage, right? You want her attack up, you want her elemental mastery up, and you want her fire damage boost. And these two kind of go hand in hand, right? And her fire damage boost goes really hand in hand with Florence. Now, the reason why, for my account, now I'm talking about my account particularly, why she's really good, especially getting that fire damage up, because I'm an idiot. I have no self-control, and I plan on doing a video on it, but I'll spoil it. I did this because I have no self-control. I have 0 self-control. And since I got her to P3, I'm not going beyond P3. Ain't no way, because P4 is not worth it. P5 is okay. P6 is beast. P6 is beast. That's when you want to pick crit rate and crit damage on her. But like, bro, I'm not doing all that. Like, I have to be crazy, man. But I got her to P3, and that P3 deals 30% more damage, and if the target is burning, additional deals 5% more damage. So having Hefe in a state where she's constantly burning the enemy is just going to increase Florence's damage even more. So it's just like they go so hand in hand. And shout out to the devs, because putting her on her banner, right, as a featured unit is so good, right? It's so good. And like I said, even having just 1 copy of her would really help out Florence with her damage, healing, and damage resistance. Because Florence, you know, is not talked about a lot, but she's a glass cannon. Like, if she is hit, it's taking out a substantial, it's taking out a lot of her health. So you know, like having that damage resistance is really good. But what I want to do is, like, I like to finish these talking points or showcases, whatever I plan to use in the title. I like to, you know, go in and do a battle, and I'm feeling spicy. I'm feeling spicy, y'all. And we about to go back. And now, if you watch my Darius video, none of y'all really did hurt my feelings. I had over 10 minutes. I went back in here and I managed to get 9 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, my man's an ultimate whale. I don't know how. Let's look at an account where it's just like, bro, how are you beating it that quick? Actually, you know, this right here. Actually, you know, Lychee does a lot of crit damage, so I can see that. Let's. I don't. How? I mean, yeah. If you ever repeat, 3 minutes. This is 3 minutes. How, bro? How? And I know it's a skill issue. I'm ass, I'm trash, but like, bro, 3 minutes at Nightmare? How? I don't get it. But we're gonna go in here. The reason I'm picking this battle, because it should be long enough. This video is gonna be long as hell. It should be long enough where I could kind of get my, like, I could show Hefe's like abilities and why she's so good. Actually, you know what? For the sake of like video time, Let's not do nightmare because it's already past the 20-minute mark, and I don't want a crazy long video. So we're gonna do hard. Don't. It's not because I'm scared. Don't. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm not scary. I just don't want to waste any more time. All right, let's get into it. And ooh, actually, I messed up rotation right there. I want Florence in the middle, but it's fine. All right, let's do this. And let me know if you guys want me to do a video on Zero. I am working on Lychee, but let me know if you want to do a video on Zero too. Oh no, oh no. I'm gonna make a cut here. My fault. My controller's not plugged in. All right, we're back, guys. My fault. The program that allows me to use a controller was not plugged in. If you guys want me to do a video on that, please let me know how to use a controller on the PC. So all right, we got our stadium. So right now we're able to maximize the damage.
Fire is burning.
Hell yeah, the fire is burning. Look at that, right? So
Complete insight.
while I'm doing my whole rotation, she's not out. We're not even. I'm trying to get. Okay, boom. I was able to see. You can see that I healed up right there.
Emergency evasive action.
We have burning stain on him. We got attack boost, and then we're gonna send Florence right now. I'm not doing this perfectly. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who can do. I'm pretty sure you could do it much better than I. But you know, talking and playing at the same time is already a lot. And you know, I never came to be the best at the game.
In the name of Florence.
It'll be really embarrassing if I don't do my score.
The fire is burning. Fluttering
All right, get that attack boost in.
Full.
Do her ultimate. Her ultimate doesn't. I need to bring her ultimate up a little bit. It's not doing like crazy a lot, but it is what it is.
Forgive all sins.
Yeah, hold that. Hold that. Hold that, Darius.
The fire is burning. Forgive all sins. The fire is burning.
Get that Forge of Fire up. We'll take that hit. So we're gonna heal up anyway, so no matter. Oh, you gotta do this. Damn, that was a waste actually. Actually, no, we can still. Oh, is this gonna hit me? Nope. Oh wow, I backflipped into it.
Full. The fire is burning. Blooming
Do this damage
from the
right
flames.
here. Why are you floating in the air?
name
Why
of
are you floating in the air,
Florence.
bro? Bring your ass down here. Bring your ass down here, bro. Oh shit.
Fire is burning.
Yo, he came down and smacked the shit out of us.
May their souls rest in a garden.
But as you
full
can
of
see, that's a
blooming flowers.
rotation I do. I'm pretty sure
This
there's a more
glory is
optimal
the
way to do it. I'm
finest
pretty sure
crown.
there's a better way to do it. But that's how I was doing it. Like I said, get Zero in there, let her do a rotation, give her attack boost. You could get Hefe in there, get that Forge of Fire area, and then bring out Florence. Hefe has the mark where when her stamina is full, she's giving an increase. And when she's in the backline, her stamina is full, she's giving an increase of damage to everybody. That includes Florence. So you're just like stacking attack, damage resistance, all these things with this team. And basically it's just there to benefit Florence. How much damage did we do? 3.3 million. Let's go. And then look, she healed a little bit. She took the most damage, but she healed up. She basically healed up that damage. Yeah, 3.3. Let's go. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, but that's gonna be the. I wish that she had the screen here, Florence, stop stealing her video. But that's gonna be the video, guys. Peace, deuces, all above.